What's up, Capricorn? Welcome to your December 2021 general reading. This is going to be for you Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, but it's not going to hit home for all of you guys, so definitely check out your other placements. Before I get into the reading, I want to wish all of you December Capricorns a happy birthday. I hope that you have an amazing birthday. I hope that you have an amazing season. We are, though, right now in 12th house energy, which, not gonna lie, for most people, 12th house energy is kind of difficult, right? So as a collective, we are in that 9th house energy because we are in Sagittarius season, but because we are in Sagittarius season, for you guys, this means 12th house energy, which means there's a lot coming to the table. There's a lot of awareness. There's a lot of karma coming back around. There's a lot of spirituality things coming to play. There's maybe secrets coming out, realizations, lucid dreams. Like 12th house energy is very deep and spiritual, and it's not always the easiest energy because it requires a lot of growth, right? So that's where you guys are. We always have this right before our solar return, right? So it makes sense, right? You guys are going to be going into your birthday, and usually whenever we go into a new year, we kind of set new goals almost as if we would like a New Year's resolution. So this is really no different. But with that, it can bring out all the things that we've maybe neglected over the year or years. It can just bring a lot to the forefront. Not only is that happening, we are going to be having Venus going retrograde in your sign on the 19th of this month, which basically means that you guys are going to feel it. There's going to be a lot of call outs. And we think of, Venus being in Capricorn, we think of that Saturn energy, right? And Saturn energy is all about the law and the rule and boundaries and structure, and it's that adulting ass planet, and that is your ruler. And so really this Venus being retrograde in Capricorn, what it's doing is it's calling out everything that has not been working. It's bringing it here, and you've probably been getting like slow little pieces of that probably since like Scorpio season, when we were dealing with those eclipses, and just Scorpio season in general, and you're dealing with the death and rebirth of something. So I see that all throughout the cards is what I'm saying. There is something that it feels like many of you Capricorns might be feeling stuck about. Honestly, it feels like there's something in the past where I want to say, and this can go either way, right? Because this is a general reading, but it feels like a lot of you Capricorns might have called out somebody about their shit. It feels like some of you guys might have put some stops to things, which rightfully so, because it just needed to, right? So let's just get into this reading, and then it'll all make more sense once I talk about the cards. Now, you guys have the High Priestess here, which is sitting as the unseen energy. So really, really important to be trusting your intuition at this time. We are in Sagittarius season, which is a very spiritual time. Fire signs, which we don't ever think about it really, but fire signs are definitely connected to spirituality, but then like Sagittarius in general, right? Because Sagittarius is connected to philosophy and higher thinking and learning and all that kind of stuff. So Sagittarians are very, very philosophical, deep people. And I think for you guys, there's a lot of that coming to the forefront. There's a lot of your spirituality coming to the forefront. A lot of us are getting a little bit closer, tuning in, tapping in a little bit more. And for you guys, it's no different. I really want you to be trusting your gut, because it feels to me like some of you guys have been going through a situation that you've just really kind of been battling it out with, truly just with yourself. Right now, the High Priestess, she is the divine feminine energy. She is about, being intuitive and being psychic even. She is the secret holder. And like I said, 12th house energy has a lot to do with secrets. Now, we are going to be having a full moon in Gemini on the 18th of this month, which for you guys is going to be hitting your 6th house, which has everything to do with like your daily routine. So your work, your health, even your routines, your service to others, those types of things. There could be some information or some messages coming to you at that time, okay? Around that full moon concerning things with work, or just a switch up of daily flow, daily routine, that kind of thing. Now, as I said to you guys before, it feels like some of you guys have definitely called. This is going to be all out of order, but this is just how I'm getting it. And I just really want the message to really show through. Now, Capricorn, if you guys have recently gone through something, especially in a relationship, or there's something where you feel like someone has wronged you and you're waiting for an apology, you can wait. But the best way I could put it is some of you guys have to learn to accept an apology that you're never going to get, right? Now, some of you guys, there is an apology or something that's coming to you. You do have a Knight of Cups here in the near future. Some of you guys, it's a love offer, sure. But some of you guys, this feels more strong like this is coming to you in form of an apology. But I want you guys to be mindful of those of you guys who maybe, again, who are expecting someone to come to you, say something, apologize. Don't wait to get your healing for them to apologize, right? Sometimes we have to learn to accept things that even other people aren't able to say, just so that we can move on for us. So that's a big thing here too, because I just have a feeling that some of you guys will just be, honey, waiting in vain. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Now, you start off with the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. Work seems like the safest place for a lot of you guys right now, because it feels like in your personal life, things might be just a little chaotic, a little not on the same page, possibly not in the same book, right? So work is a natural go-to where you guys are feeling comfortable. You can just kind of keep your head buried there. Be mindful though, because there could be people around you that need attention at this time. And this could have to do with, you know, people in a relationship. This could have to do with like your children. This could have to do with something, but don't get your head too buried in your work, because that's where you feel safest and most comfortable at this time. I understand it, but there are other things that need tending to. Number one, you guys need to hone in on your clarity. Now you've got the 7 of Cups here, and what's sitting underneath it is this, the 8 of Swords. Now this is really important because 7 of Cups to me always talks about needing clarity. It always talks about needing to cut to the chase, cut the fluff, cut the shit. What is the meat and you know, the steak and the potatoes of the subject? Whenever we got 7 of Cups, we've got some options in front of us, but how many of those are real? How many of those are attainable? How many of those are illusions? Princess of Swords is here, right? Now, Princess of Swords is the same as Page of Swords. So there is a message coming to you. There also could be, if you guys had like a blowout with someone, they're still spying on you via social media or something. Or like, this also feels like someone who might like leave a bunch of subliminals hoping that you catch on. Like they're kind of being petty. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what it feels like. The Moon. Yeah, someone's emotional. Someone's kind of missing you, but they're not just saying it. They're kind of going about it in a childlike way. I just want you to know. But this is about messages coming to you. This is about insight coming to you. You guys have a lot of curiosity about a lot of things right now, and that's great. But use this Sagittarius time to explore, you know, to figure out what it is that you like and what you want to do, so that when your season comes around, you can just jump right in it, right? Because we're all going to kind of have the itch to get more productive, get down to business, get organized, all that stuff when Capricorn season comes. So this season really is a lot about play. It's not really about diving headfirst in any relationships. It's not about making any commitments or even worrying about commitments. And I know that might sound crazy, because I feel like for some of you guys, that's where the problem lies. In these relationships, in these commitments. But trust me when I say that's honestly not the priority, at least not in the cards. I think this is more about you. What do you want to do? Before you're thinking about everybody else and how what you want would work with someone else and what they may want, what do you want independent of anybody else and, you know, anything else? That's really, really important. But yes, I do get the feeling that somebody is spying on you. I do get the feeling that you are going to be getting some information coming to you, again, most likely by that, you know, between now and that Gemini full moon. But also there's some clarity that's needed in order to move forward. Some of you guys haven't been getting what you want because you haven't been clear enough, right? You're kind of like doing this weird dance, got one foot on a banana peel, one foot out the door. So what does Spirit do for you? They give you more of that chaotic energy. Now, going back to what I see in the past, it feels like it was you, Capricorn. Somebody blew up the spot. I think that a lot of you guys have come out of a situation where you had to put your foot down and be like, yo, what's going on? I need truth, right? Queen of Swords, she is the heartbreak queen. She's the queen who's gone through the shit. She's the only queen with a weapon, and she will use it, right? She's the queen that does all the call outs. You can't bullshit her. She's not easily swayed. She's not easily manipulated because she's been there, done that. And she's gotten to this place where she's evolved and she's learning more about herself every day and she's learning more about the world every day. And she's just simply not playing around. Now, the Tower card is really the universe kind of stepping in and being like, okay, girl, like you've been going at this for too long and it's not going to work. The foundations are broken. The foundations aren't steady. So there's something where there's been foundations that something never got off to a right start in the first place. And I don't care how long you've been involved with this thing or this person, this company, this group, there's something that didn't start out right. If you're being honest with yourself. And I feel like some of you guys are trying to do damage control now and really kind of put your foot down. And that's great. But it causes conflict because you have to kind of give people a minute to catch up to where you are. Now, Ace of Swords is here, which is a card of clarity, is a card about truth. It is about a new way of thinking. It's about new information coming to you. I think that you guys had a talk with somebody. I think you guys, for lack of better, whatever, I think a lot of you guys have kind of stepped out, and I don't see Capricorn as not being honest, but it almost feels like this is something or someone that you really, really cared about. Because I don't feel like Capricorns have a problem with saying what it is, but you guys are a little bit different when you really, really care about someone or you really, really love someone. You're not as direct as you normally are, or as people perceive you, right? So this feels like this is something that's close to the chest, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it feels like it's taken a while to get to this point. You've got the Ten of Swords here. Ten of Swords is betrayal. So this could have been like a situation, like this could even be a relationship. Like, those relationships where you're just with someone for so long and you don't really even know at this point now why you're still with them, except for the fact that you just know you're really comfortable. Because what I see is someone who's been hurt several times. So I guess the reminder for you guys this month is you don't have to, just because you spent a long time making a mistake doesn't mean you have to continue making it, right? I think there's clarity here. I think a lot of you guys are really figuring out what you're worth in that sense. And you're like, yo, this is kind of bullshit. And it's been bullshit. Now, again, there's something coming to you guys in terms of an offering. Some of you guys, it feels like an apology. What did I tell you? You got the Five of Swords, which is clarifying it. Now, Five of Swords on this card says defeat. But Five of Swords energy to me is like, it's just empty fights, right? It's like, I don't even want to go there with you. There's no point in us having this discussion because we're not going to come to an agreement, and we're not going to, we're not going to be able to find that even kind of playing ground. And this is kind of it. I feel like somebody's kind of throwing in the towel on that. This could be you, but it does feel like someone's coming in and trying to apologize to you. But I don't even know, Capricorn. For some of you at this point, you're just like, I don't even care. Right? It could be that some of you guys have been waiting for something or some word from someone for so long that now by the time they get to you, it's completely anticlimactic. You're like, okay, like what? But for some of you guys, this could also be a turning around point, right? Where you guys start anew and really build the way you meant to the first time in a real way. Obviously, it's going to depend on your partner, your situation, the job, whatever the thing is. This is a general reading. But I don't think that I don't think it's completely done for everybody. But what I will say is there's going to have to be real work that's put into place to rebuild this. Because it feels like now there's real resistance stacked up. We got the Eight of Swords here. This is someone who is stuck in a place of analysis paralysis. This is someone who, out of all the thoughts they could be thinking in their head, they're thinking the ones that are the most limiting, the most debilitating. Like, Eight of Swords energy is hard, but Eight of Swords energy is also empowering, because with the Eight of Swords, there's no one in your way but you, right? So this really comes down to you. I think some of you guys have been trying to be considerate in terms of a relationship or something. And it's almost like you get to the point where you're like, But me going out of my way to be considerate or to be nice or to be loving, and you should always be loving and considerate, nice and all these things, but I think you know what I mean. You stepping out of your way to kind of take on everything, it hurts you. I think a lot of you guys are at a place where you're standing your ground now. You got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is standing your ground. Seven of Wands is fighting back, standing up for yourself, defending yourself. And again, for some of you guys, there's real issues of deservingness or worthiness, which is why you didn't do that. Right? Earth sign energy could be with another earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. But I really feel like this is you guys stepping up to the plate. Now, the last card here is that Five of Wands. Again, so that's more chaos. You got a Five of Swords and a Five of Wands. Both of those are chaotic, right? Because fives in tarot often are. Both of those talk about change. There's huge change coming here in some relationships. And it's not going to feel comfortable at first. Because it feels like this is something that you guys could have been involved with for quite some time. But look at, honey, Eight of Cups. It's time to leave. It's time to bone out. Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. Really, it's about separating yourself from something emotionally, right? And it usually can be tied to a relationship because it's usually something that we've been feeling a way very strongly about for some time. It's usually something that we put a lot of time and effort and love into. I think for some of you guys, you realize that this is a relationship where something had happened and the spot kind of got blown up, or maybe an ultimatum was made or something. I just feel like you're at this point, you realize that nothing is going to change. It's kind of like the same cycle over and over, you know? Now, can it change? Sure. But whoever you guys are dealing with, I don't know that they have the mental and emotional maturity to change. It's almost like they can say the words and agree with you, but then when it comes time to really put in real action, either you or them stumble. And it could be both of you guys, right? There could be things that you're asking from a person that they're not able to deliver. And it could be things that they've been asking from you that you're not able to deliver. Sometimes we also just have to face the fact that sometimes people don't have what we need, and that's okay. You know, like sometimes I could be trying to date someone who, for me, my personality type just has too many things that like they will never be able to be, you know, a certain something, because that's just not what they are. That's not what they're made up of. That's not in them, right? It almost feels like that. Like, it just is what it is, and these people just are who they are, and it's fine. But I feel like part of the reason why you're stressed is because you're still trying to figure out how to make this peg, what's the saying? Put the peg hole, no, the wood peg into the hole. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make something fit that doesn't. That's how you get corns on your feet, honey. Right? Yeah. There's something that you've been trying to fit, Capricorn, that it just doesn't. And it's okay. And I think that this month you get a lot of realization. You get healing through this thinking too. You get clarity through this. And I think it's really great because some of you guys, if it's something that you've been trying for a long time, especially if it's a relationship, at certain points it's made you feel like you're a failure. Something's wrong with you, and there's not. You've just literally been trying to keep something together that is not supposed to be together anymore. It's okay. Now, you guys got the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Having fun is key. Being around people who you love and love you is key. Staying lighthearted is key. Everything is unfolding as it should. And so just don't get in the way of it. You know, I think that there have been times this year and opportunities this year where like Spirit's trying to show you a different way. And, you know, you guys have kind of stubbornly trying to make something work. And I get where it's coming from. But I think for some of you guys, you need to really sit and think like, realistically, how long have you been trying to make this work? And how does it make you feel? And do you feel like you're the only one who's making it work, or the only one who's trying? Do you feel like the other person even considers your feelings? Do you feel like they just kind of downplay and make you feel stupid? Do you feel like these are all things to consider? And I think if you just ask yourself some of those questions, you'll start to see some patterns, things that you've already noticed and just tried to kind of ignore and keep it pushing, right? Because that's what a Capricorn's going to do. Got to keep things pushing, business as usual. Don't nobody got time for all these tears and shit. But trust your intuition, because it's been speaking to you, and there's been things that you've been needing to let go of that I feel like you're still, even though I feel like there was a blow up, I feel like you're still trying to hold on to it though. And I mean, I'm not judging you. I guess I've been there before, but like, stop. Just stop, you know? Okay. It is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and to be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. Let people do for you, Capricorn, okay? You guys do for everybody else all the time, but let somebody do something nice to you. And then you've got deception. Somebody's wearing a false mask. There's a lot of swords here. And then with this deception card, it's kind of like, oof. Main thing though, is it you? Are you wearing the false mask? Have you been trying to make something work that's not working? Are you the one who's just trying to be blind to what you actually see and feel, right? Are you still with this person because you're comfortable with them and you're used to them and fuck it, I don't feel like getting to know anybody else? Are you letting them manipulate you? Are you manipulating? Questions that need answered this month. So somebody's wearing a false mask, deception. Let this month happen. Things are trying to flow in and out of your life. And I think the best thing you can do is just let it. Even though for some of you guys, it's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. You have people around you who love you. So surround yourself with those people. It's important that you let people love on you. Okay. Some of you guys have possible love coming in. Some of you guys have possible apologies coming in. But even though someone apologizes, that also does not mean that you have to be like, okay, like, let's just move on and stay here. Like, you just remember, just keep your wits about you. I think considering your situation this month, Capricorn, always look at it almost like if you were talking to your best friend or your sister or your brother, someone you love deeply, kind of, you know, being objective in what you would say or what you would do. Okay. So I hope this helps. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.